Well, it's almost time for the Connecticut Trails Day Celebration, and the annual event kicks off next weekend, June 2nd and June 3rd. It's fun and a family-friendly event, and here to tell us all about it is one of my favorite guests, Jan Doyle from Classroom Connections 365. How are you?
I'm great. It's good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you. Now, it was a little patchy out there really quickly with the weather. You got here safely?
I did.
Good.
Thank you for asking.
That's good.
Yes.
Good to know. Now, let's talk about this event going on next weekend.
Well, next weekend, the state of Connecticut is having an event that 127 towns are participating in. And I highly suggest people go to their website, the Forest and Parks website, and download or look through a 37-page booklet. There's something for everyone. Now, when you were a little kid, although you're not that old, when you were little, you're just not. Did you ever go on a scavenger hunt?
I did, like an egg scavenger hunt. You know, when you're looking for like one of those Easter eggs.
Yes.
Yeah?
No one ever said like go find a pin or go find a.
No, I probably would
nickel.
have been really bad at that.
All right. Well, so then maybe I'm dating myself. Well, at these events, they have a new direction with that. You can go on the scavenger hunt in nature.
Okay.
With your GPS. You have a GPS device, and you go through and you find clues with your GPS. Another take on that is letterboxing. At some of these events, there's a box that directs you with clues, so you can go out, and then you leave your own personal mark on a log to let other people know you've been there.
Okay.
So you can go to Westport, and you can discover in the same area the difference between a field, a stream, a pond, a forest, and that's so good for
And it's
little
very
children.
important. And I always love that you emphasize the idea of just kind of knowing where you are, your surroundings, reading maps,
Yes.
and understanding how to go somewhere. Because, I mean, even though most of us have a navigation system, it's really good to just have that that potential to be able to do that.
Exactly, and bring the kids. These are kid-friendly, grandparent-friendly. Another thing in Ansonia at the Nature Center, I so wish I could go and do this. They're going to teach how to learn how to identify Connecticut trees by their bark.
Oh,
I've always wanted to do that because the bark is so cool. Another event that they're having is an insect safari.
Okay.
Don't underestimate the power of an insect, and that's at the Kellogg.
Well, no, especially with this year, because the winter was so mild. I mean, the insects are really kind of out in full effect right now, so that's a really great point.
Exactly. And have you always wanted to see a beaver pond?
I have. I actually like beavers.
I love beavers. I always
They're builders.
They're builders, and there's a place in East Haddam where you can go see their little huts.
Okay.
Children are going to learn about habitat. They're going to learn about how they build these little homes. There is so much for children to learn.
Now, I have a really good question, or a quick question rather. What's going on up here? What do we have? I know we've got a net.
We've got a net, so you can take the direction from the guide who's going to be with you that day, and you can step it up a notch. You can use the net to catch butterflies.
Binoculars?
Yeah, binoculars to go see the birds. There's a lot of things you can do without the guidance of the people who will be at the different events. You can also do Name That Tune. Can you identify the sound of the birds?
Okay.
There are wonderful websites you can go on.
I think Jeff would like that.
Yeah, probably.
He loves that.
You can record the bird and then go back and see it. I noticed a bluebird one time. I had put seed out, and he was hopping up and down calling his friends. It's so interesting to see. Another thing you can do is play with dirt. You can go and notice in the ground if there's tunnels.
Okay.
Who made that tunnel? Are there tracks? Who made those tracks? Go investigate it.
Well, thank you so much, Jen. I'm so sorry. I know you're going to be back very soon, so no worries. We'll have this once again. In the meantime, you can always log on to our website, WTNH.com. Click on Good Morning Connecticut, and you can watch this interview and find out all about kind of just how to navigate your life through a map.
Through a map?
Go figure.
Yes.